Hello there. Welcome to St. Pauls United Church of Christ in Menomonee Falls, Wisconsin. My name is Rev Peter Haskins, and welcome to my office. And it's great having you here. We usually have a Wednesday Bible study at this time for those of you on YouTube and Facebook, but during Lent we're going to do something a little different, and we're going to have some of these little talks, little devotionals on Wednesdays now that will connect us to our Wednesday night service. So these are going to be connected to that. If you're not able to get to our Wednesday service, either on Facebook or in person, they're at 7 o'clock each Wednesday night during Lent. You're more than welcome to share with us on this YouTube channel. And if you're on YouTube, you make sure that if you want to share any prayer requests, please do so in the comments. So as we always do during these Wednesdays, I'm going to start us off with lighting of a candle. And we will get started here. By the way, that is a picture of my grandfather and his watch. He used to work for a streetcar company in Louisville, Kentucky. And that is my grandfather, William Wilfred Denbo. That's my middle name, Denbo. So anyway, for those of you who didn't know where I got my middle name, that's the guy. So, anyway, that was my mother's father. So, at this time, we're going to be talking each Wednesday during Lent about the 7 last words, and that's going to be our study cycle. The sermon series for the Lent on Wednesdays is going to be the series, the last 7 words of Christ on the cross, and those are connected to the different types of sayings that Christ had on the cross. They're taken from different books of the different Gospels, rather. And the one that we're going to be talking about first is the one from Luke 23, starting with verse 32 to 34. So, bear with me here as I read from Luke 23, 32 through 34. 2 others also, who were criminals, were led away to be put to death with him. When they came to the place that is called the Skull, they crucified Jesus there with the criminals, one on his right and one on his left. Then Jesus said, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." And they cast lots to divide his clothing. This issue of forgiveness. Lent was established within the church, and the early church, the Council of Nicaea, started in 325, and as you move up, Pope Gregory in the 6th century established Ash Wednesday, on a Wednesday actually, to originally be a lead up to baptism, in that period of initiation prior to baptism. Baptism, enormous preparation time in the early church, but it became this preparation for Easter, as originally it was on the 40th Sunday within the calendar year. It is moved to 40 days prior to Easter, and it is a period of time in our church calendar that connected with Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras is Fat Tuesday. That is the time in which you could party it up and you can do all the bad things, because come Ash Wednesday, the next day, you're not supposed to do any of that stuff, as we talked about last Wednesday on Ash Wednesday service. But this is a time for introspection. And we've talked about that a lot at church, in our sermons and just in our private talks with people, just about how this is a period of introspection. And, a life that is not examined it's not much of a life, I don't think. We have to examine our thoughts. And this issue of forgiveness is such a huge thing. Because if there was one thing that I really struggle with in my own spiritual walk and my journey, is how I really struggle with forgiveness when someone hurts me. Especially when someone hurts me and they do not apologize and they're not contrite. It really bothers me, and I have a hard time with that. In this image of Christ on the cross, an innocent man being able to, while he's up there, knowing what kind of condition he was in, how he was in and out of consciousness, how he was not even able to breathe without putting all of his weight on his 2 feet that were nailed together, and the amount of pain and the amount of blood loss and the amount of stress, for him to be able to say that, I forgive you. They don't know what they're doing. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know about you. I have a hard enough time on trivial things, things that don't really matter, and I have a hard time letting go. The issue of forgiveness is huge. When we have these issues that we carry with us, it is a burden that we carry with us. And maybe you are carrying a burden. Maybe you are carrying a burden so heavy that you've had it for so long that you don't even remember what it's about. Maybe there's someone that you need to forgive. Maybe there's someone you need to call up and say, I'm sorry to. You know, when we have this holding on to stuff, it's just so difficult to be able to progress as Christians. And maybe this is a time that you can use during this Lent season to forgive some of those people in your life. Because I'm sure that there are several people that you really do need to forgive. Because when you don't forgive someone, you carry that toxicity with you. You carry it with you, and it is such a burden on you. Wouldn't it be wonderful to be able to just let go of all that? Wouldn't it be wonderful to just be able to say, you know what, I'm sorry, I'm going to move on, and just let it go. Without this saying that Christ said on the cross, he is not able to let go. He is not able to get to that point where he says, God, you've got this. And he let his spirit go. And 3 days later, he was resurrected. Without this sense of forgiveness and this allowing this forgiveness to work through and to be released, you can't move on. And I want to ask you, who are those people? Who are those things? Who are those, maybe it's a group of people, issues that you have that you're unable to forgive? And really examine that and ask God to be able to help you let go of these things. And in that way, we are released from that karmic burden. We are released from that sense of dragging this along with us. Wouldn't it be wonderful to just let that go? Blessings to you, and my prayer is that you can let go of some of these things, some of these people that you are holding a grudge against. During this time of Lent, this is a beautiful time to do this, and I pray that you are at a point in your life where you can do it. Blessings to you, my friend. God bless you. If I don't see you soon, stay in touch and know that St. Pauls UCC in Menomonee Falls, Wisconsin is here for you. Blessings to you.